now. Okay, so this is the case, and I have given one poll so to know that uh, each and every one of you are okay, at least to know, because if it is physical class, that time I can see you, but here actually I cannot even see you, and I don't know even that where are you now. Okay, so even in the hospital or not, because the someone is in COVID affected. So actually this poll actually gives me some relax point that yes, some of my students are very good, and some of them are, because I can know myself. It's not like that I am taking the class without knowing the thing. So I just want to know how are you. Okay, so each of you please give your feedback over here so that I can communicate with you, at least in wirelessly. Okay, so this is the poll is for mine, not for you. So if you can give, then at least I know that the total community today is how, like, whether everybody is cheerful or not, or mentally not okay. Some of you are, because I got the same result, that one is affected by COVID and three of you have like the family member or relatives are affected by COVID. So it's really pathetic, and the same thing happened to my family as well. Okay, so and nowadays be very very careful of another disease is dengue or chikungunya from the mosquito. And um, inside of my family as well, one of the kids, she's like 7 years old, and now affected by dengue, and the fever is very very high, 104, 105, and she's always crying. So it's really tough for us to even bear those things. Okay, not my kid, my brother kid is there. So please take care of the mosquito as well. Okay, and it's raining everywhere, so you know that the mosquito can live on the water. Okay, the dirty water. So please take care about those things beside the COVID. And I know some of the patient, they are affected by COVID and dengue both together. Okay, so that time what happened, like the COVID patient can be reside in home, but the dengue patient cannot be, because they need to give the platelets something. So even the hospital cannot accommodate the dengue and COVID patient to, like those who have both of the symptom together, because in the dengue region, if you put the COVID patient, then everybody will be affected by COVID. So it's really complicated how Allah is taking the test. Actually we don't have that much knowledge till now. Allah has all the knowledge, but please, at least whatever knowledge we have, that we have to take care. We have to say give the what give the power, give the support to each other as a Muslim brother and sister. So we'll do those things and keep faith on Allah. Allah will protect us. Okay, so this is the case from the dengue. Please take care of the dengue and chikungunya, and please put on the uh, mosquito net. So international student, please take care, because if you affected, that there is no seat in the hospital. Okay, and I have seen that from the CMO, the chief medical officer already said that if anyone affected by COVID, even in from IUT, they are struggling to find out the seat in the hospital. Okay, because already some of the students are affected by COVID, the international students. So please take care of your health, because health is your amana from Allah. So please take care. Okay, and if anything happen, please pray to Allah, and our pray for you as well. Okay, so this is the case for COVID, and please be with me. Before starting, I don't know that I am just asking that how okay, let me check my one, because I have checked the feedback. Okay, feedback quiz every day. Okay, whenever you have finished, then and then I try to check, and some of you are late, something. Okay, late, delay, something, it's okay. But you know that whenever I upload the thing, actually I put the mark to check the plagiarism. Do you know the plagiarism? Anyone know what is plagiarism? What is the effect of the plagiarism? Do you know? Anyone? The similarity check. Do you know these things? Yes, sir. Okay, someone said, you can put on your mic. Okay, mic is always on. I didn't say that you cannot talk. Okay, so the plagiarisms are there, and you can unmute yourself. Okay, so the plagiarism is there, and because of that, I could find many copy paste, okay, in the text, and please believe me, I will not accept, because the answers are very simple, because you have to write down, you have to copy paste from my side, but it's not like that exactly same word, because if I ask you to write down by yourself, it should be little bit different. Even the text, like the capital letter, or somewhere the notation full stop or comma must be changed, because this is one point. So I can find out the similarity, and if I can find, because the similarity check is very simple, Google give it to me freely. Okay, so also we have the similarity checks, you know that in IoT we have Turnitin, and with that we can check then and then. Okay, so from where you will from where you copy and paste. So the world is now connected because of the network. Another thing, now I have 94, and last class actually I could remember we have around 111 including me, and sometime 114 including me, but I receive the feedback of 137. So those 20 student, extra 20 student, from where you got the answer, I don't know, because the feedback is from the lesson. Okay, so if you do anything else, because I don't want to believe that my students are doing something else, so this is I don't want to believe. Okay, so if if some of you are doing something, because I told you that I have a communication with you, there are a Google Classroom, there is Facebook. If you have some trouble, you can easily talk to me. If you be late or other things, you can easily say that, yes sir, I cannot do these things. But do not copy paste, because it's not like quiz and you will get the mark. It's like how you are, because it's to understand yourself, so that you know the network part, and you don't have to read anything again. This is actually my motto. Okay, so with this course, at the very beginning I told you that my aim is not that you will write down on your answer script, rather than you will be skillful to do something. My student can do something in the future, because the future is all connected, you know that the computer and all the other things are connected. So please take care, because I can check how many of you are, when you are logging, I showed it before. So from the Zoom, I easily know how many minutes, when you are enter, when you leave, how many devices you use. I can easily recognize those things. Okay, so this is the very straightforward things. Then I know when you are giving the things. Okay, so somebody said that we are late, but the copy paste things are not that much good. Even you copy paste in my because of the hurry, you copy paste in the feedback comment of Habib sir. Okay, where somebody said that okay, nice something, and you copy paste some answer because you are very hurry, and I don't know from where you copy paste those things. So please be careful, everything sir. I can see. Okay, so and you will be evaluated on that, on your transparency, honesty, and other things. Okay, so during this dengue and other part, please be careful on those. Maybe I'll not give you the mark, like I am not caring about your mark or other things. Maybe I'll not make dua for you. if you make any kind of copy paste things, okay. So this doha is needed for you, for your future, from your teacher, okay. So this is the case, that if you really do something, I know the names, and then actually I'll ask the punishment from Allah. Okay, so please Allah, do something, okay. Otherwise I cannot say that why you are copying paste, because you are copying paste from my slide. I told you that's answer, okay. So I am not talking about the copy paste, but don't copy paste from your friend, okay. So this is the case. Please remember, if you want to watch my video and answer, that's okay. If you have some trouble, please communicate with me, but do not copy paste, okay. It's not a good practice, okay. So I can see the Excel file, but I don't want to show those things because the names and everything are there. I don't want to make it as a record things, okay. But those who are doing, you got the information that what I want to say, okay. So let me stop the the dengue and other things. Please be careful, okay. So today I'll go a little bit faster, and it's raining, so I feel very nostalgic because I am feeling hungry. I late in the lunch, so still I didn't take the lunch, so I'm feeling hungry, and it's raining in my home. So let's start the class. So I'll share it screen. I'll share the screen. And boys, you can talk, okay. So anytime you can talk, anytime you can chat with me. I can see all of you, but don't talk all of you in a single moment simultaneously, okay. So you can raise your hand and talk and other things. So all the things are still going on, okay. So in our last class we know about the TCP IP. We know about the 4 layers, okay. So I believe that you can see, okay. So you know about the TCP IP layer. That means we have application layer, then transport layer, then internet layer, and network layer, okay. So in the application layer and network access layer, these two names are not the same as TCP IP layer. They over there, I from some place I wrote that please be careful about what that slide, okay. So this one, okay. So this is actually not the same of the OSI model, okay. So because the application layer is now combined of the session and presentation layer, and network access layer actually the data link layer and the physical layer all together, okay. And over there we have the transport layer, which is we call the heart of the like internet, and internet layer where we put the IP addresses, okay. And today we'll discuss about the IP address and subnet mask and all other things. So please be with me and write down, because one of the way could be, because if I forget about the animation, okay. So if I were the student, maybe I'll write down all the things. I put the timing up to 7 o'clock, okay, 7 p.m. So within that, even you can write down your answer, okay. So the answers are very straightforward. So what I said, so you can write down in your, on your book, and you can write, okay. So do not copy paste. It's not a good things. And those who will be teacher in future, you will know that how it will hurt a teacher to know that his students are copying, okay, because it's open. I put it open for you, and you choose those bad manners. So it's hurting me. It's not like that how much you study or not, because I know that these topics are already covered inside my slide. But don't copy, okay. The plagiarisms are there, similarities are there, and that can ruin your future as well, okay. So you can see so many news in the newspaper that after 10 years, after 20 years, they find that some papers are copied from somewhere else, and they lost their jobs, okay. So last class we know these things, TCP IP and other things, connection nets, connection oriented, then application layers, all the 7 things. Okay, so these were the last things that we have: the TCP IP or UDP, 2 kind of protocols, and inside the protocols we have the FTP, HTTP, SMTP, DNS. Today we will discuss about the DNS, and UDP we have the DNS and other protocol. Okay, so UDP we don't use that much in the internet, but in the TCP IP this is for the internet. So in the internet protocol we have the IP, so IP addresses should be there. Then if you use internet, you can use internet. Otherwise, with the internet protocol you can create your own LAN network or many other WAN and LAN network. Okay, that means if we have many LANs, we call that as WAN or CAN or MAN, something like that. We know those things as a designer perspective. Okay, so in today's class actually I'll revise all the things, because in the book, okay, I'll not go through the books. So what happened in the books, in the introduction, the book has chapter 1. In the chapter 1 they discuss all the things. Then in chapter 2, 3, 4, 5 they discuss about the physical layer, then network layer, then transport layer, then the IP layer, so on. Okay, but for our case what happened, you know that will not, because most of the books are for the computer engineers, for the programmers. Okay, so because of that actually I'll not ask you to I'll ask you to read, but for us as a designer of the network, maybe we may not need those programming things. Okay, so most of the books they divide all the things for the programming cases as well, and how to deal with the program. Okay, rather than we'll think about how we can build the devices. Okay, so today actually I'll discuss about 2 chapters, the physical layer chapters, and what kind of things over there. And already we have discussed many of the things there, and in the network layer as well. Okay, so I'll discuss these 2 chapters within this 40 minutes. Okay, up to 6:30. Okay, so this is the case. Please be with me. I'll ask you to write down things. Okay, so in the physical layer means now we have to discuss about the network and the data link layer. Okay, so the physical layer means network and data link. Okay, the both together. So with the both together, so what the physical layer means? The physical layer means the physical things. Okay, physical transmission things should be there. So we have 5 technologies. We have to think about that, how the signals should propagate from one place to another place. The signal propagation, actually we need the Fourier analysis. Without that things we cannot, the Fourier analysis can transform the time series to the frequency, the time domain to frequency domain, because you know that one time I told you that our ear, that human being are analog. Okay, human being are the frequency domain. We can hear the vibration, we can create the vibration. Okay, we are the frequency domain things. Okay, but in computer, in device we have the time domain, because 0 1 0 1. Okay, we have the time domain thing. Okay, so the computer can recognize time domain, and the nature can recognize the frequency domain. Okay, this is the main thing. So we need some conversion, otherwise you cannot do the things, because the signal should be propagated through the nature and to the nature. Okay, or from the nature through the nature inside the device, that is the time domain device. Okay, the T domain and F domain. Okay, so because of that we need the Fourier transform. Okay, so those who know, the one part is moved this way, another part is moved that way. Okay, so Fourier and time series are there. So if I have some time at last, maybe I can show you about that Fourier things and other things. Otherwise I believe that, because during my telecommunication principle actually I showed that those things, and in the I also taught fields and wave. Okay, during that time I also curl and then diversion, those things I usually showed by some physical phenomenon, okay, something like that. Okay, I have some tools, the paper and so I feel that the Fourier transform is also very because it's very little bit complicated for the electrical engineer, but please be friend with the Fourier transform, otherwise you cannot create anything for the nature. Okay, so this is the case. So maximum data rate of the channel, so after the signals we have to know, so write down this 5 red line, okay, in this slide. Okay, then we have the transmission media. So transmission media can be guided and unguided. In the next slide I'll show the guided, what are the guided and what are the unguided things. Then in the analog transmission we have the modulation and modems. Okay, so for the analog transmission, why we need the analog transmission? Because this is analog, okay, continuous signal. So whatever signal you have inside the device digital, but outside it should be analog. Okay, so we will send the 0 1. 0 1 means plus 5 minus 5. One time I showed you that we can show the, this is my analog, so we will put the signal, these are the signals. Okay, this is maybe 1, this is 0, this is 1, this is 0. So my carrier signal now become this and this, okay, something like that. Okay, so this something, my carrier signal now become this. So just because we, if it is amplitude modulation, we modify the amplitude of the carrier signal. Okay, and we send 0 1 0 1 0 1. So whenever a carrier signal is if I receive the carrier signal, I'll remove this part, I will remove the carrier signal. Okay, I remove all the carrier signal, and that time I can get only the 0 1 0 1. Okay, something like that, because I know how to remove the carrier signal. So this is actually happen for our kind of analog and digital transmission. Okay, whenever you will transmit, you have to throw the electron like a wave. Okay, air is like a wave. So we need the analog transmission, so we need the modulation. So modification of the carrier signal depending on the modulated or baseband signal. Okay, so now modulating or baseband signal. Okay, so and we have the modems. Modem means modulation and demodulation together. Okay, then we have the digital encoding. Okay, so before doing that we have the PCM, pulse coded modulation or something. Okay, we have to put the coding. Okay, so 8-bit 4-bit, then repeater and half. So we need so that the plus 5 minus 5 should not be because these things I'll discuss little bit. Okay, then we know about the FDM and TDM circuit, like circuit switching and packet switching. I believe that all the 5 points you all are clear enough. Is it okay? Anything do you need my explanation? Okay, any part, though I'll teach today, I'll discuss about guided, then little bit of modulation or little bit. Okay, but I believe that you know all the terms. Please just know the terms, and you have the books in the telecommunication. And so the what you have learned from the wireless communication or what you have learned from the telecommunication or fields and web, you can apply all the things in this course. This is actually the matter. Okay, so I am just showing that what you can bring out from those courses and apply here. So those are the paint, like the colors. Okay, and you can apply here to make the paint. Okay, so make the things. Okay, so this is the first slide. The second one, as I told you, that inside the signals, okay, inside the signals we have to think about the attenuation and amplification. Okay, so attenuation and amplification, I put the equation in such a manner that attenuation means P1 divided by P2. Okay, so this is the received signal and this is the like transmitted signal. Okay, like transmitted signal and the received signal. Okay, so attenuation means if the received signals is very low, okay, and the like that whatever signal I have sent, but we got very low signal over there. So with that actually we'll get the equations. So we what happened, like for the amplification we get the things that whatever we have received and whatever we have sent, we make that ratio, and we find out that 80% we have received or 90% we have received. So this is actually called that how much amplification we need. Okay, so this is actually that amplification term, okay, that stronger signal things. And attenuation means we do not receive the total signals. Okay, so if the formula of attenuation is negative, it means what? It means that we could not receive the main signal. Main signal is now vanished. Okay, so if the strength of the received signal is weaker, and then the transmitted signal, that time it will be negative, and negative of log means the attenuation is more, and attenuation is more means we will ask the sender to send it again. Okay, so this is the case that always we will think about the amplification term, that we need more. Otherwise we'll use the repeater or even the router. They also check the attenuation and amplifications things, and sometimes they put the signal little strength to make it a little clearer. Okay, so I believe that you understood this one, that what is attenuation and what is amplification, and from there actually we will have the signal to noise ratio as well. Okay, SNR, we can also detect those things as well. Okay, so this is, I believe that this is already okay, and if it is not, maybe you can ask me. I can as I told you that I can show this one even maybe in the next class, like if you need, because I have to slide it from slides from my previous telecommunication classes. Okay, so next one is like the cable transmission media. Okay, transmission media, we have two pages. Okay, for the transmission media. So transmission media, we have one is guided transmission media, another one is unguided transmission media. So guided transmission media means what? Where is my cable? So guided transmission media means the signal will propagate through the cable. So cable means I'll guide the signal. If I make it 90-degree, the signal will propagate through the cables. Okay, the line of the cable. So guided means whatever cable we'll use, it will be guided. Okay, so twisted pair cables are there. Okay, no worry, Ashraful Haq, you are facing some trouble, so no worry. Okay, my video will be there, but can you please answer the question number 19 again? So the if the attenuation is negative, then the signal will be lost. Okay, there will be no signal, the noise will be more and signal is less. Okay, so because of that we cannot find out the main signal. So if the attenuation is negative, that means the noise, we cannot the noise will be more, and we cannot actually extract the signal from the modulation part. Okay, so these are the things are there. Okay, so and so for the guided tour, what happened that for the guided tour, actually the cable, as I told you, that cables, all the cables things. So we have the twisted pair, 8 pairs are there. We have the Cat 5, and nowadays we have the Cat 6. Then UTP, unshielded twisted pair, and STP, the shielded twisted pair. There are so many abbreviation. Okay, so I'll ask you to write down the abbreviation the way you wrote down the chemistry like periodic table. Okay, there are so many abbreviation, but when you know the terms of the abbreviations, it will make your life very easy, because in the market you will find out these terms. Okay, then the baseband coaxial cable, that means baseband, and this is broadband. Baseband means only that. If I say the baseband means what in the mic, uh, if there is annual sports and we have a mic, and if you want to announce, that time I don't need the modulation, because I can speak directly to the mic. Okay, so that time I can use my baseband communication. Okay, hello, hello, hello. Baseband communication can sing, because it's not simultaneous, only one person is speaking. So those mic you can find out in the rickshaw or in the van, mic, hello, 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 vote din, they are using the baseband signal, baseband things, because only one things without modulation. Okay, and in the broadband case we'll use the modulation. So because of that, it has some like, it has some specification. Okay, at 75 ohm and cat5 cable. So this is baseband. So just try to know that we have the twisted pair and these are the coaxial cables. Then for the fiber optics, we have two kind of fiber optics cables. One is multi mode, one is single mode. Single mode means straightforward, we cannot bend the fiber optic. Okay, so this is straightforward, and inside the cable we have to send the light. So light is going through the, but light should be moved to like line of sight. Okay, so we need a pipeline. So this is actually single mode case. Okay, single mode case, and you can use some laser diode faster. Okay, so laser things. But in the multi mode, you can bend the cable. So fiber optic cable can be bent, but some part you cannot bend 90 degree or more. Okay, some angles are there. We know those angles are known as critical angle. Okay, in Bangla it's called Shankot Kon, something like that. So critical angle. So if you have a critical angle, afterwards it will not be refracted, rather than reflect. Okay, so the cables will be inside the cable, all will look like a mirror. So the signal will mirror, tuck tuck tuck, and it will move one another. So during that time you can bend within this place you can bend the cables. Okay, so that within that critical angles the signal can move. So those who are thinking about the fiber optic, in my home I have the fiber optic, but I cannot bend. It has little bit little hard, but I cannot bend 100 degrees. So if you want to do a network cabling, okay, and network if you want to do the network things, I should stop my video over there. Okay, so otherwise in the recording you can see two videos. Okay, so this is the case. I believe that you understood here. Is it clear? I believe that you know these things. Okay, so I believe that you know these things. So these are the basic things. Those who want to learn about the fiber optic and other things, maybe you can learn it from next class. Fantastic. Okay, so these are the things. Then the unguided things means, unguided means the wireless. Okay, so most of the cases wireless, that means Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, FM, frequency modulation, ultra high frequency, very high frequency televisions, they are using this. FM radios are there, also Bluetooth, Wi-Fi, they are also using gigahertz level, 2.4 gigahertz level things. So radio, we are sending unguided. Okay, we are sending the data from the antenna, and we have another receiver antenna. Okay, and also sometime we can send the, not through the cable, we can send the light and we can receive the light. So you can find out, there are some term called Li-Fi. There is some project called Li-Fi. Li-Fi means Wi-Fi, like the Wi-Fi, they use light to transmit the data. So light means there is no there is no loss. Okay, so if you just put the if you just send the light and there is a receiver, so there are, if you can find out something in the YouTube, that there are rainbow light coming from one light, and this is a music player. Okay, music player, and this is a speaker. So from the speaker the light is coming from the music player, and speaker is wireless speaker, the light is emitted over there at the receiver, and you can hear the music, okay, and this is wireless. But in the light you cannot move any obstacle, okay. So this is actually line of sight things. So you can also think about microwave and other case, other things, okay. So this is unguided things are there also, but Li-Fi should be, I believe, that guided, though we don't have wire, but it should be guided, because it should be line of sight, okay. It should be line of sight always, okay. These are the case. And satellite communication, you know, so I believe that you got that unguided things means what. So these are the example of those things, okay. So now in the modulation, so analog transmission, we have the modulation. So we have amplitude, frequency and phase modulation, AM, FM and PM modulation, okay. So please, whenever I taught that time, I thought that amplitude modulation is increase or decrease while frequency remains constant, okay. Frequency is increased while amplitude remain constant. Wave is shifted while amplitude and frequency remain constant, okay. So whenever I thought that all the things, please be careful. If you want, then I can take the these things, because we have a sine, sorry for my handwriting, okay. So we can write a cos omega ct plus, sorry, it's out of the slide. So I am writing here a, are সাদা স্পেসে খুঁজে পাচ্ছেন, okay. So a cos omega ct plus theta, okay. So over there, this is your carrier signal, okay, and your normal signals are there, like normal what your main signals are there, okay. So the modulating signals, okay. So if you change the carrier amplitude, okay, with proportional to the amplitude of your like main signal, okay. So my amplitude, because whenever the signals are there, the amplitude actually carry the what, the amplitude carry the information, okay. If I don't talk, that you cannot find the where I can say, you can my voice are there, okay. So you can find the voice synchronization over there, I believe, at the last, okay. So if I stop, nothing. If I talk, that means there is some variation in the amplitude, okay. So my amplitude variation is here in the main signal. With that variation, I change the amplitude of the carrier, but my omega, like means twice pi fc, that means the frequency is all same, theta is all same, okay. So if I say carrier is fixed 88.0 fm, so 88.0 fm means radio 40, so your carrier signal is fixed there. We cannot touch the carrier signal, okay. So amplitude modulation is very straightforward, but the people become little bit confused whenever we are talking about the frequency modulation. Frequency modulation is not exactly the, like, how can I say, the frequency change of the carrier. If you change the carrier frequency, the radio frequency or television set frequency will be changed. So twice pi fc will be fixed. So what you are doing with your amplitude, okay, while the amplitude remain constant, okay, the amplitude remain constant in your carrier, and what you are doing in your phase shift, okay. So in the frequency modulation, we are doing the phase shift in the, like, change of how frequently the phase is changing. That frequency is called the frequency modulation, okay. How much first the phase is changing. Okay, so please try to know that frequency modulation does not mean the change of the frequency. Okay, because if you change the frequency, if your FC is changed, the main carrier frequency will be changed, but in outside the radio has the fixed frequency, carrier frequency is fixed everywhere. Okay, and phase modulation means you will change the theta. Okay, so one is directly changing the theta is called phase modulation, and time rate of change of theta is known as frequency modulation. Okay, because 1/t is known as frequency. Okay, so theta divided by t, okay, something, because I have those equations, but just try to I just give you the thing that sometimes the student become very confused, and in the interview board if they are asking that in the frequency modulation whether the carrier frequency is changed, actually not, carrier frequency is not change. Okay, carrier frequency remains same, but the frequency modulation means rate of change of the phase. Okay, rate of change means the frequency of change of phase. So this is the case, we are changing the phase, we are changing the theta and a, not the omega c. Omega c means twice pi fc. Twice pi fc is very straightforward. I believe that you know these things. So 91 I feel that is clear. Okay, otherwise I don't if we want we can discuss these things later on. Okay, if you want. Modem means modulation and demodulation together, because if I send the data, this is one-way communication, but inside the device we have to send, we have to receive. So to receive the data we need the demodulation, to send the data we need the modulation. So if you mix the, just think that amplitude modulation means orange juice. Okay, frequency modulation means mango juice, and phase modulation means mango orange milkshake. Okay, so you have to know the undo process before making the juice, because you have to make the orange or mango out from those things. Okay, so those things actually the demodulator know, the undoing things, that if it is simple orange juice will evaporate the things, the water will evaporate, then we will get the orange. So if you minus the carrier, the way I showed you, they just turn out the carrier signal will move and you will get the signal. So this is actually analog transmission. And in the digital transmission I told you that we have 0101, and we know about, I showed you something about the repeaters as well. They used the signals and other things, and from the digital communication you know that digital part of the things are easier to like repeat. So if your signal, just think that this is the last part, so I couldn't find the space, so this is the last part. Just this is your digital signal. Just think that this is digital signal, this is like a digital signal. Okay, so you call, this is 11100, but this is actually 5 volt, plus 5 plus 5 plus 5, this is minus 5 minus 5 minus 5, and this is my zero level. So in the detection, I don't know that whether it is okay or not, I wrote all the things over there. In the detection case, so this is your detection. So in the detection, sorry, because in my I put the, so this is your detections. So in the detection case, so you are finding that if anything crosses 0, we have some detector called zero crossing. So if any signal crosses 0, we'll create a 5 volt here. If any signal crosses 0 below, we put anything below here. Maybe we can say that at the receiver we said that okay, plus 12, maybe we can put plus 12, because I know the receiving signal is crosses 0 above, crosses 0 minus. Okay, so even in the receiving end, just think, I send 5 volt, but due to the noise, so I send 5 volt, but due to the noise, even if I get 1 voltage, I said it above 0. Even if I get 2 voltage, I set it above 0. Even if I get below something, okay, like minus 0.5, I said that this is below 0, and this means 0. So whenever we in the repeater, what we are doing, even if I get 1 above there, we make it 12 again or 5 again. If I get 2, we make it 12 again. I know that I have to transmit the data again for a longer distance. Okay, so this is the way the restoring and repeating things are there. Repeater actually doing those things. There is a zero crossing detector. If I detect the signal, then I restore and store the, strengthen the signal with the real voltage, because I have to use only a 2 state. So in the digital form, we can only improve the signal by 2 state. Okay, I have to go a little bit faster. I have only 12 minutes or 13 minutes before the Maghrib, so I feel that today I'll discuss something very new. Okay, so new means in the transport layer, okay, in the network layer, we have these 4 things. We know this before. Okay, in the network layer, we have routing algorithms, okay, and we have congestion control, then IP addressing and routers. Okay, so router, that how the things, router does not mean the machine, but the network job as a router. Okay, so network job as a IP addressing manager. Okay, congestion controller, routing algorithm management. Okay, so these kind of things are the main responsible tasks for the network layer. Just write down that they have to think about the algorithms, then congestion control, IP addressing and router things. Okay, so this is the things. Okay, it's okay. Sarah Abbas is raining in my places as well. Okay, so if you can connect, please be with us. Okay, so routing algorithms are there. Routing algorithm, then congestion control. Maybe in the next year or at the last class, maybe I'll discuss about the congestion control. Okay, there are some. One time I told you, maybe you can rewind the video sometime, that CSMA, carrier sense multiple access. Okay, so carrier sense multiple access with CSMA CD collision detection, and CSMA CA, the carrier sense multiple access with collision avoidance. Okay, so these 2 terms I will show you some videos and other things. It will be very fantastic, because the Wi-Fi, in the Wi-Fi there are so many collision every time, the electron crashes. Okay, so these are the congestion control up there. And IP addressing, today I'll discuss router. Today maybe router and routing protocol are same. Okay, and please write down these names of the routing protocols. As I told you that I'll not have that much time for the routing protocols. Today I'll show a little bit, but maybe I'll not have that much time. So at least write down the names. I'll discuss little bit. Okay, so one is shortest path. Okay, so if you have several nodes, like that, okay, so that time actually the network will send the data with the shortest path. If you say that this is the S and this is the D, there can be several paths. Okay, there can be several paths with the connectivity. Okay, something with the connectivity, but it will find out the shortest path. So this is the shortest path means how fast I can say. So this is the one thing that we call this one as shortest path. In the next slide I will show you one example of the shortest path. Next one is called flooding. Flooding means I want to send the data from sender to a destination, and in between, just think that I have today we have 125 students. Okay, and I want to send the data. In my case, I can see the name Ahmed Sadman. Okay, so I don't know the path of the Ahmed Sadman. So in the flooding case, what happened? I'll send the data to all of you like a flood, all of you. Then whenever Sadman will get, you can say that Yes, Sadman, are you there? Because I can see you. 115 in my case, random case. Okay, Sadman, are you there? No. Atik, Abrar, Shorab, are you there?
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
so
today
Atik,
internet is actually disturbing, sir.
internet is disturbing. Okay, but what happened in my case, I don't know why the names are there. Whose internet is faster? Okay, can you talk to me?
Assalamualaikum, sir.
Who are you?
I'm Raid, sir.
Okay, right. So right. So right. Uh, okay, so I am sending the message to right. Okay, so hello, right. How are you? So what happened in the message box? I am sending the message to right through flooding. And Rice, please, if you get the message, please answer.
Yes, sir, I have received it.
So that I believe that everyone received this one. Is
Yes,
it?
sir.
So this is
Sir.
flooding, but the right,
Yes.
my intended was right. Okay. So this is actually, this is sometime, this is very faster. But sometimes what happened that everybody is getting, so you will feel annoying or the network is busy. So sometimes it's not that much good. Okay, so we have another routing protocol called flow base. Flow base means the flow. We will think about the throughput flow, and then we will send the data. Okay, another one is like a distance vector. So sometimes you can see the routing of the delivery man. Okay, pizza delivery or the online delivery, they said that within Dhaka 60 taka, within outside of the Dhaka 100 taka, because they are using distance vector. Okay, so distance vector, with that we can have the within one region, outside of the region we have something. Okay, with the link state, because I asked Atik Abra Shorab, he said that no sir, my link is not good. So then and then I call Raid. Okay, so what happened, another routing protocol is known as link state, that this link is stable, another link is not stable, so I'll send the data to him. Okay, another data is known as hierarchical data, that means I'll put all the thing like a student number or any number, IP addresses, and I'll send the data. Another one is known as broadcast. Broadcast means it's not like a flooding, rather than in television we call like a, or radio we call like a broadcasting. That means one station will send the data to everyone, and everyone is, they cannot say anything. Okay, it's broadcast from one person. Okay, it's not two-way, rather than one. Television. Okay, and routing for mobile nodes, that means whatever things we are using above, if it is for mobile node, it will change then and then. Okay, we'll discuss the mobile nodes in the next semester. I believe that you got some little idea, okay, from here, but today I don't have that much time because I want to finish up to the last within 10 minutes. But if you have any question, please ask me in the next class. I'll little bit discuss in the next class as well. But can you get fantastic, you got the idea that what is routing, and in the book you can get, in the YouTube you can just search, because my idea is not to put that, write down the routing algorithm, rather than give you the some hints. Okay, so this is the case. Fantastic. I'll show you this example, and I will ask you to write down in the write down in the message box the what is the shortest path you want. We want to send the data from A to F. We want to send the data from A to F, and this 2, 1, 3, these are the number of the distance. Okay, so just 2 kilometer, 1 kilometer, 3 kilometer, 5 kilometer. So give me the answer in the chat box. Okay, in the chat box, please write down in the chat box that what is the shortest path. So you have to write down like A, B, C, F, or A, C, D, F, or A, B, D, F, or A, E, D, F, or A, E, F. So what is the shortest path? Please write. What is my, okay, like 20 second. Okay, so write down the shortest path, everyone in the chat box. I have not asked any question. So what is the shortest path? Okay, there are so many paths: A, B, C, F, A, B, C, D, F, ABDF, AEDF or AEF. BCD, BCD. No, you have to start from A. Please, please, please. Write down. You can write down in the everyone. Okay, so everyone is very clever and they send me private comment. Okay, this is not A B C D E F. No, 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 no. So please try to understand. Okay, I'll not because these are the very straightforward things. Please, okay, okay. I got the correct answer somewhere, and those were very smart people. They even put ACB. No, no, no. ACB is not there. You have to come up to F. So write down ABCF or ACF or ABCDF or ACDF or AEF. Something. No, 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 no. Okay. So be careful. Just see the answer. Okay. Today I feel that I want to go for the quizzes like that, but today I didn't get the time. So it should be, there are two paths up to F. We can consider one is AEDF because it has 2, 1 and 1 is 2. Okay, 4, and another one is 2 and 2 makes 4. Okay, so there are two paths. Okay, so but like these are the smallest because we don't have another kind of devices. So two answers, but you can have AEF because 2 and 2 is 4. Other is not. Other is more than. This is 1 plus 2 2 plus 1 plus 3 is 6. 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. 3 plus 2 plus 1 is 6. Okay, something. 2 plus 2 plus 1 is 5. So these are the things. Is it clear to you, everyone? What is the shortest path things?
Can you repeat this, sir?
I should repeat. Okay, so this is a very well-known problem in the internet routing. So it's called traveling salesman problem. Okay, traveling salesman problem. It was invented maybe in 1960 or something. There is a pizza man, and that pizza man should send the data to all the customer. Okay, after delivery, and they call this one as TSP problem. TSP, traveling salesman problem. So in the internet, please try to search traveling salesman problem. So these are the map. So they put that this is the pizza shop, and this is the destination, and they know that what is the shortest path I have to move. So these are the shortest path things. So they put all the distances over here, 2 1 3 3 3. So you have to add them together. If you go this path, this is longest path, this is another longest path. So there are two shortest path, 2 plus 1 plus 1 or 2 plus 2. So there are two paths, but here this path I need to touch 4 devices, but in this path I need to touch like 3 devices. Okay, or in between I have 2 router, here in between I have only 1 router. So maybe AEF is better. Is it clear to you, everyone? But in the internet, please search traveling salesman problem, TSP. This is a very good problem, and there are so many solutions in the internet. You can utilize anytime, anywhere, even for your case that I want to go to the IoT. What is the shortest path? Okay, and even in the Uber router or something, you can see they gave you the shortest path with the traveling salesman problem, and they gave you some suggestion, this path, this path, this path, and they have so many things. Even with the distance, they have also count the time of the road traffic and other things. I believe that you understood. Thank you very much. So I have to go a little bit faster. Next one, I'll discuss this thing again in the next class or somewhere else, but here I'll go very fast. What does the IP addressing mean? These are the very intuitive things. Please go with me. Okay, so nowadays we are using in the internet IPv4. In our next semester I'll discuss about IPv6. Okay, so in the IPv4 we have 32-bit of address, 32-bit. Okay, so 32-bit of address, that means 8 bit, 8 bit, where am I writing? Okay, so maybe 8 bit, 8 bit, 8 bit, and 8 bit. Okay, so this is 8, 8, 8, 8. So these 8 bits are there. So every time in the binary, I am too fast. Okay, so in the binary we have to write 2 to the power 8, 2 to the power 8, 2 to the power 8, or 2 to the power 8. Okay, so 8 bit means we can start from 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 8 bit zeros, and all the 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Okay, so 2 to the power 8. Okay, all the 1 will create how much value? 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, 1, like 8 ones. These 8 ones, what is the value? Can anyone say?
255.
Huh?
255.
Fantastic, 255. That means in each of the case, we can have, for each of the case we can have 0 to 255 values. Okay, for each of the case, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that means 256 user we can accommodate. So 256 multiply 256 multiply 256 multiply 256, what is the value? Can anyone say? 256 multiply 256 multiply 256 multiply 256, 4 billion. Can you say? Can any say?
Sir, 4294967296.
To the
Huge
power.
values.
So it's around 450 billion, isn't it?
430, yes, sir.
430 billion. Okay, so with IPv
4.2 billion, sir. 4.2 billion.
4.2 billion. Okay, 4.2 billion means around 400 koti. Okay, so 400 crores. Okay, so with that IP address, if I give you that, this is like a student number. Okay, so how they are doing? So I can, this is the total number of values. So how they are doing just things. Here we have x, 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 x. So every x can be replaced by 0 or 1. Okay, so highest value can be all ones and 0, 0. So we can have the value 255.255.0.1. Is it clear to you? One example. Another one, we said that all one means 256, 256, 192 and this is all 0. So with this manner actually we are writing the addresses. Okay, so write down the format. So this is format means if I change, like if I fix all 3 values, if I fix all 3 values here, what is this thing? If I fix all 3 values here, like means 256.192.0 to 1, 0 to 256. So how many, with this network, how many person I can accommodate?
256.
256. Just think about your student number. Your student number is changed at the very beginning, 2000 or 19 or 18. With that other terms are same, and at the last we are changed. So for mechanical, electrical, other things are same, but some after some dot we change, and afterwards last 3 digits are the main digits for you. Okay, so here actually whenever we are thinking that if I want to get a more space over there, just think about these 2 example. Within these 2 example over there, in this case I can accommodate 256 multiply 256 users, and in the bottom case we can use actually only 256 user. Can you understand this one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, because
Yes, sir.
over there we fix that these 2 are fixed, it cannot be changed. We put the highest value over there, but in this case we put the 0 to here, and over there actually we fix 192. So we can use, if we use 193, another 256 we can utilize, 194, another 256 we can utilize. I believe that you understood. Otherwise in the next class please knock me, but these are the very straightforward things, like your student number. Okay, so here I give some example. look at the subnet mask. We call this one as subnet. Okay, so here we have one subnet, another kind of subnet, another kind of subnet. Okay, three kind of subnet are there. If I put 255, 258, that means I cannot change these two places. If I put 3 255, I cannot change these three places. If I put 2, I cannot change. Okay, so just look here, I put 2, that means all the value should be, the address should be from 0 to 00, something like this is the IP address. So I can change this 7, 8, I can change this 1, I can change anything. Okay, but I cannot change these two case. So 180 and 100 should be fixed. Here 180, 100 and 7 is fixed. I cannot change the 7. Okay, these three are fixed. Here we said the 255, 255, but my IP address is like that. No problem, because I can, my subnet mask said that I can change last two digit. Okay, it become 192, it becomes 7, no problem, because I put a subnet. Subnet means another network mask. Okay, this is the case. I want to finish very quickly. So just try to know what is mask, that another masking, so that the network can stable. Okay, so here I don't have a,
Sir,
sorry.
can you go back to the previous slide?
Okay,
You said what is subnet mask?
yes. With the subnet mask, actually we fix the features of the network. I'll discuss the things with the graphical things in the next 2 or 3 slides. Please go with me. Okay, just look here, I have one router. Please go with me. Okay, you don't have to read here, because already we have discussed. So here I have one router. This router is connected to 3 network, 1 2 3, and now look at the values. Here I have 223.111. so here just look, that last 3 digits are changed, but first 3 are not changed. So first 3 is 223.1.1, here 223.1.2, here 223.1.3, but last one is changed. And in this case, this router has 3 arms, so it can connect to this subnet. We call this one as subnet, with a value with similar to this value, because it has 223.1.1, 223.1.1. Then whenever it want to connect to this place, 223.1.2, it connect to that way. Okay, so this is actually called the subnet. Okay, just try to know that subnet can connect between the host and router physical links. Okay, IP addresses associated with all the interface. This interface, these 3 interface, just look, these 3 interface has the same kind of IP masking. Okay, same kind of islands. I said this is a same kind of islands, this is same kind of islands. Okay, so just look, with this router I have the same kind of IPs. There are so many numbers, but all the numbers are changing at the last. First 3 are fixed. Here just look, I have different numbers, but the first 3 are fixed. Here I have different numbers, but the first 3 are fixed. This is actually known as subnet. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Please. Okay, otherwise in the next class I will go, because these things, if you clear one time, it will be like a water. Okay, I put like a water things, but just look at once, it will be very clear to you. Okay, so subnet mask means in my router should match all the things. Router has all the addresses, so your ISP has all the addresses, but in your home, if you can find out in your mobile or laptop, you can find out 192.168.1.0 something, it's provided by your router, so it is your subnet. But whenever your router is connected to your ISP, there is another term, so it's called like gateway address or subnet mask. You can primary address, you can find out from the router. Okay, so that router is also connected to another one. So this is for the very designing case, is very important for you. So this is the subnet. I put many things. The subnet can physically reach each other without interventing the router. So within these devices, I can communicate each other because I know each of them has their student ID. So something like that. This is Triple E department, this is CSE department, this is BUET. Okay, so this is my two country, that this is my IUT and this is BUET, so this is IUT register building, something like that. Okay, so we have different student ID and something. So I'll take another very small time, go very fast. So each of the IP address is very difficult to recognize, very difficult to understand, because our human brain are very become very anxious, worried whenever we are find out numbers, whenever I ask that multiply or other things. So human brain is very straightforward. If I can see some words, okay. So engineer, designer, they are thinking that forget about the numbers. So all the numbers should be deal by the computers, deal by the network, okay. And the human being, they should know only the number, only the name. So I'll call everyone by name, not your student number, something like that. Okay, so though the student name is same name can be found so many places. Okay, so these are the names. We call these name as host name. So whatever names we can find out after www, okay, iut-dhaka.edu. okay, so this is the student.tripoli.mit.edu. so these are the name, host name, but corresponding to this we have some IP addresses. Okay, this is the case. So this IP address have 32-bit, 8-bit, 8-bit, 8-bit. So every IP address have something, okay, some recognition, though something they specify department or other thing, the way your student IP are there. Okay, so this is for the global case. So in the globally, there should be host name consist of, I say that host name is very big name, so dot 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 something is there. So if I can write down that your name, something that write dot Tripoli dot Tripoli 18 Tripoli 17 dot IUT dot Dhaka dot Bangladesh. So you can change those things. So those who are from international, you can write Cameroon dot something, okay, something like that. Okay, so these are the things. So in our IUT we have register building. So register building know who they give you the student number. So in internet we have also a register building. We call this one as domain name system register building. Okay, so they translate the IP address with the domain name. Okay, just write down the domain name system. What is DNS? Domain name system. You know this term. So just know that domain name system means what? Like .com, .net, .com means commercial, .net means network, .org means organization, .edu means education, .int means international, .mil means military, .gov means government, .biz means business, .info information, .pro profession, okay, then cooperative, something like that. So these are the domain. So we can easily make the domain like that. .edu means all the university things are there. So if you find out anything edu, you can easily recognize this is from the organization. Okay, so these things we have to buy it from some organization. Okay, also there, particularly like in Bangladesh also we have .edu, .bd. So if you don't have the similar name are there, MIT in Mirpur, I can find Mirpur International Tutorial, MIT. So MIT is there, also MIT is here. So somebody check MIT.edu. Here you can say that MIT.edu.bd, something like that. Okay, so this is actually called domain name system, DNS. Last question was like that, and this is up to today's class. I'm very sorry for last 2 or 3 slide. I go a little bit faster because I know you know these things. So this is up to this. Up to today, the Maghrib Azan will be there. I am too hungry. I have to take my lunch. And do you have any question? Fantastic. Okay. So I want to somebody raise your hand. Is there anyone raise hand? I don't know. I can find. Do you have any question? No. So in the next class, maybe most of the cases, whatever information I want to give, I gave most of the things. In the next class, maybe I'll give you some of the problem from the books. Okay, I'll give you 2 books. I will not give all the problem, rather than I tick mark all the problem as a homework. Then in the next class, we'll discuss about the solution. Okay, so in the next class, I'll discuss a little bit of the problem and give you the things. Okay, so in the next class, then I should show myself. Okay, so then in the where is so then I want to stop my sharing. So then in the next class, I want to show you one simulator. Okay, and I don't know, but I want to give you 1 week for some of the very small project. Okay, to use this kind of domain name and other things and make a small network. And I found out that we have around 140 students. So I want to make around 40 groups of 10 students group. Okay, maybe 10 student or 12 student, because I don't care about the student, but I want to make you to make a group so that within 1 week you can make a very small teeny tiny project. Okay, because we have the final exam at the end of the semester, so end of the August. So I want to do those things before ending the semester. Okay, because in the semester, you know that I have to give the traditional question like IUT asks that what is this, what it is. But as I told you that I want you to do something. Okay, I want my student to do something. Okay, so thank you very much everyone for today's class, and please pray for me, pray for my family, and I am praying for you. Please take care of the dengue. This is dangerous. Please take care of the COVID, and this is dangerous. Okay, and with Allah's blessing, I am to finish. Thank you everyone.
Alaikum salam.
Walaikum salam.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamualaikum, sir.